Be advised, mature content ahead. This podcast is brought to you ad-free thanks to the Legion of Demons at patreon.com/NOTLP. If you like what you hear, there's much more at patreon.com/NOTLP. Join the Legion. That's patreon.com/NOTLP. And now the show.
How do you do? Just a word of friendly warning. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
Kelley Kombrinck, master of ceremonies. There he is.
Oh yeah, hi. Sorry, I was looking at one of the news items I have pulled up. Oh, now it just disappeared. Oh no, there it is again. And just
What a jerk.
I was in my mind while the song played. I was just angry at just these in-article ads that don't have a little close button. And they just stay there. Just a black screen with a movie playing over the text that I'm trying to read. And if you scroll,
sometimes reader mode will get rid of that.
Yeah, reader mode.
Up in your search bar, it's a little thing on the very
listener,
left.
you like this? If you have an iPhone,
if you have
you're
an
going to
iPhone,
look at your browser window right now. And what you're going to do is you're going to look up in the corner. The right corner. And you
like
click
that?
on that little AA and you're in business.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Thank you.
The only
You just
downside to reader mode is sometimes it won't. If it's an article that has multiple pages, you might not get all the pages. You might have to go back out of it to go to advance. But otherwise, it's very nice.
Yeah, thank you. You guys just
We
clued
fucking
me
did
in.
it, man.
You upgraded me.
Shut
I
her
think
down.
We did a
plus
good
Kelley.
deed. Let's be shitheads the rest of the show. Now
Let's
we've done
do
one
it.
good deed.
Yeah, we did one good deed. So, welcome, listeners of all stripes, patrons and non-alike. We no judgment on this show. Now, maybe in the ones that are paid for, there might be judgment. I'm just kidding. There isn't.
There is.
I
promise.
I value every listener. I do, and I know that sounded very insincere and continues, but it's just the way I talk.
Right.
It's the four of us as usual. That's it.
Fuck
On
yeah,
top
man.
of Canada, we had a guest.
Yes.
We just put out Top of Canada. My wife Alise was on. It's our 17-year Annie. We're 17-year Annie. We're cicadas.
Oh, sorry. I gotta after the show. I'm gonna burrow underneath the ground for a while.
I'm gonna go fly around and fuck till I die.
Yeah.
We had so much fun together
Oh wait.
on Saturday celebrating.
We did.
Yeah, we had our annual. Holy shit, we've been doing this for another year party.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And this one didn't end in heartbreak or anything.
Night Living Podcast is 17 years strong.
Yeah.
17 years old. 17 years young. Doing
17
it,
years.
Doing it.
Doing it and doing it right.
I was thinking about the other day. I was like, we've been doing this show in my 20s,
Yeah.
in my 30s,
This has spanned 3 decades.
in my 40s.
Holy shit balls.
Bonkers.
Ooh.
Oh man, when we turn 50, can you
Nah.
believe we're gonna have like what new prescription are you on corner?
If
And that
you,
will be
we could do that
Patreon bonus
now.
content.
You can access the back catalog of this show at patreon.com/NOTLP. It's a show called Origins,
Yeah.
which is also features introductions of us looking at everything through 2023 glasses.
And
It's a mixed bag.
we don't come out rosy. But I don't think anybody would. But that's okay.
No.
We leave the warts in because we want to learn from the warts and address the warts.
We want to put compound W on them and dissolve them.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Anyway,
Well, there was a girl in my neighborhood when I was a kid. She had a handful of warts one day, and she was like a redneck. And when she just scraped the warts on the the concrete and scraped them all off.
Oh, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, well, we're kids. We didn't know. We were dumb kids. We didn't know that wart star virus. And just scraping them off is not going to get rid of them.
I would never.
That sounds horrifying. Yeah. I have dealt with an occasional wart here and there, and that just sounds frightening and painful.
It's because she always played with frogs, and they always peed in her hand.
That's what it is. That's what causes it.
Frogs.
You guys never heard that when you were kids?
I always heard that you could get warts from frogs, but that was just
No.
because they have wart-like things, and we just thought they're the same, right?
Yeah.
They don't really give them to you. Like,
I think that's a super old timey. I think that's like from way back.
What about licking toads?
to get high?
That gets you high.
That was
That's
a real
real.
thing, though, right?
That's real.
That was real.
That's
Certain toads.
real-ish. Yeah.
Toads of a
There's
certain
probably
age.
plenty of toads get licked that aren't making people high, and then people pretend though or think they are.
Yeah.
So it's
You're just going
that
to end
one
up with diarrhea.
up in the air.
Well, their tongues are going to be covered in warts then.
Yeah, it's a small price to pay for a potential 20-second high. Anyway, 17 years. Good job, everybody.
We did it.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, listeners. We will see you next week.
We done did it.
Just kidding. It's feedback tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It's Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And we did have a good time Saturday, didn't we? We played, Freddie introduced us to a Riff Tracks game.
That was the first
awesome.
time I had played it, too. We played it together.
It's like Quiplash style, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
you're
even
riffing.
better
Yeah.
because you have a movie
Yeah.
and you have it's read out loud.
Yeah.
It's got
And
sound
it's
effects.
really hilarious. It's got sound effects.
Yeah.
I kind of can't wait to play it again.
Yeah.
Hey, man. What are you doing this weekend?
Well, I don't know.
You're playing Riff Tracks.
I don't know, but maybe we'll see. But,
You're getting Adele.
Dude's getting Adele.
I do not like Adele. Her music bothers me. You see what I did there? That was gentle.
You did there.
It was wordplay.
Well, if you weren't going to make that joke, I was ready. I bet to pick up the
Andy?
slack. I was like just waiting for my moment.
For that,
Come on
yeah.
now.
Adele
Could have said
Dazeem.
hello.
Adele Nazim. Gotta love John Travolta's.
So what's up?
Jerry Springer died.
Oh, R.I.P.
And because we are Cincinnati media,
Cincinnati
we have to go,
favorite.
We have to go wall to wall coverage.
It's the Jerry Springer week.
Jerry Springer, mayor of our fair town,
Mayor of our hearts.
news anchor, and mayor of our hearts and our fair town.
Do you remember when he went undercover as a homeless person?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
For the Jerry
It was-
Springer show?
it was a big deal.
Channel 5
Oh, for the
news.
news.
local.
Channel 5, WLWT.
They had a makeup artist. It was a big deal that they were making him unrecognizable by giving him this fake beard and stuff, and he lived on the streets for I don't know how long. I can't remember that part.
Several hours.
30 or 45 minutes.
Probably. But it was something.
I love the man.
I bet you could. I bet you could. I do too. I bet you can find that somewhere.
Probably. I'm sure there's
I
an
bet you
archive.
can.
Yeah.
It's Jerry Springer. It's probably on YouTube.
Yeah, it's absolutely there. It made me realize I've been being a hypocrite about Pete Rose.
What do you mean?
Because I didn't grow up in Cincinnati, but I grew
That's
up with
true.
Jerry Springer because that had transcended Cincinnati by the time, I would watch his show. And so when he died, and I was like, don't you dare talk about his trash show ruining America. Don't you dare, because it's Jerry Springer, Cincinnati's own. I just felt like this big, don't talk about him. He's mine. And then I realized that's how people in Cincinnati feel about Pete Rose. And I've always been very anti Pete Rose.
Pete Rose is a baseball hero. He should be in the Hall of Fame.
He might have smacked a wife up. But
Well, if you can find me 10 Hall of Famers who didn't
okay, that's true.
from that era, then I will concede what you just
Kelly's
said.
it was a different time. It was a different time.
I'm just saying, if you want to throw everybody else
You're
out of the Hall of Fame,
you're
I
right.
support that too. I'll support it. But I'm just saying.
Maybe I owe an apology
You don't have to apologize. I mean, he's rich enough. Yeah, I don't know if he's still rich or not, but
he is. But
he had his time.
Yeah,
he's Pete Rose.
And the people that are just so up his ass, I get it now. It's your Cincinnati boy. You did you brought some notoriety to our town, no matter what that was.
Well, it's endemic of Cincinnati because we love any excuse to like, ooh, you made it big. You're from Cincinnati.
It's
Remember how long we talked about Lady Gaga's dog walker?
Her dog walker that got shot.
That was huge.
Was from Cincinnati.
Yeah. And I will be. Listen, I'm
going to disagree on how huge that was, but that's all
for us.
It was everywhere.
The fact that everybody knew about the point.
Yeah. And I will say that. Listen, I'm not up Pete Rose's ass. I only feel that way because again, he was a major player in a number of World Series games. He was by statistics, he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
They called him Terry Russell for a reason.
But I also don't care that much either.
Right.
Well, it's a reminder of when
never
the Reds
happens.
are.
Who cares?
Yeah, it's a reminder when the Reds are actually good.
Yeah, man.
Because Freddie and Amy went to a game recently, and then they lose within the first inning.
It was 6-0 in the first inning. The game ended 8-0.
It was awful.
And that was the day after a 10-0 game.
Yeah. I haven't thought about or seen a Reds game in like over a very long time.
I don't like baseball. I find it tedious, boring. Why? Right? But the changes they've recently made, it does move a little faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little play clock thing they added.
Here's the thing. I hate baseball too because it's boring. But if the Reds were a good team, I feel I would be more invested. Yeah.
If it was
Little League far more exciting than MLB, it's because they don't make mistakes. Like the only way to move ahead in MLB is if the other team just fucks up,
which we saw
horrifically.
We saw some of that.
So if you were like the other team's fan, that might have been a great game for you. Mm-hmm. But mostly it's just everyone hitting the ball and then catching the ball or not hitting the ball and just standing around. It's a lot of standing around.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that's a gross oversimplification of the game of baseball.
I would disagree, and I would say that it's a very accurate description of the game of Major League Baseball.
Let's find common ground and agree we all want it to be more like the Major League movies.
That I will agree to.
Yeah.
Really, if baseball, if MLB was anything like any baseball movie, it would be way better.
Yeah, because there's so much drama.
If it was more
things happen, the games, things happen.
Yeah. If it was more like basketball.
Reggie Jackson tries to kill the Queen in movie baseball.
And you got Bull Durham too. Bull Durham, great baseball game. So many, they're good baseball movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know that I've seen Field of Dreams, A League of Their Own.
The Natural's a good one.
Yeah, League of Their Own is great. My dad loved The Natural. Watched it 10,000 times.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good baseball movie. I mean, it's an old guy kind of baseball movie, but
it's a dad movie.
It's good, movie. Yeah. League of Their Own, awesome baseball movie. Mm-hmm. I haven't watched the series.
So Jerry Springer died.
Yeah, and that's that to
thought
to bring it back. And here's our final thought.
Take care.
Nicely done, Amy.
And each other.
And we're signing off. Bye, guys.
I truly believe his heart was always in the right place, but guess what? You're human, and you will write a check to a prostitute, and you will create trash, like the pinnacle of trash television.
Who hasn't made this mistake in this group? Who hasn't made a highly successful series that exploited human misery?
Like you wouldn't at the time.
Cast the first stone.
We were mean then.
But here's the thing, Freddie.
I loved that show.
Yes, there was a lot of trash, but he did bring on like racists on the show, and they got called out and got beat up on the show a couple times.
Yeah, in a weird way, it was always. I feel like that was very hopeful because it was there. White people in the audience screaming at KKK members. It was like, look, we aren't all, everybody doesn't just feel this way. We hate those guys too.
It had its positive points. Sure.
And I think
for many years, it was
actors. Like that's been pretty much known. So like he wasn't really ruining too many lives.
And it's not what they set out to make. They fell backwards into that and just ran with it because it was very profitable.
Yeah, initially it was very much like, Oprah was a very similar show.
Yeah, she went the other way.
Geraldo.
Yeah, Sally Jesse.
Yeah, Jenny Jones fucking got somebody
Donahue.
murdered.
Yeah, somebody died on that show.
Well,
so I mean,
on the show.
No, from the show. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So shut up about Jerry, motherfuckers.
Oh, I remember he did. It was not common for him to do these episodes, but it was like a health episode, and he had a doctor on the show, and she suggested if you have acne, to get rid of it, you have to put your first pee in the morning.
I've heard that
on your face to get rid of it.
Did you do it?
Well, I had acne at that time.
So did I. I never did that.
And I was so tempted just because Jerry Springer told me to.
Hey, man, if you did
but I never crossed that line.
Fine.
Be easier for a dude.
You got to experiment
You just
with
aim
things.
it up.
But is there any validity to it?
Does it work like that?
Did anybody ever look into it?
I heard it myself
never
as a
heard
child, independent of Jerry Springer.
Because your pee-pee has acid in it, and acid is what you treat acne with usually anyway.
If that was a real thing, I think it would be all over the skincare blogs. It would be part of the you
got to put R. Kelly's first
crazy
pee in the morning on your
step.
face.
Well, they have uric acid creams. Like I used to use one for the callus on my foot. Yeah. So they would probably, and maybe there is such a product for facial acne. I don't know.
Pee-pee.
That's right.
So there you go.
Pee-pee number 1.
Do you know what else?
What?
It's our dear friend Esther's birthday.
Happy birthday, girl.
I love her.
I do too. Esther's awesome, and Tim is awesome.
But mostly Esther.
Tim is Esther's husband, for those who are really baffled right now.
But mostly Esther.
For the first time. Esther.
They're just great friends of ours, and they've been coming a horror hound.
Because today is Esther's birthday, so it is mostly Esther.
It's mostly Esther. In addition to that,
it's Esther Day.
Oh, yeah, it's good.
Excuse me, it's like dry in here. We were recently, Freddie and I were guests on the Not a Bomb podcast. I know Freddie talked about it. Was it the last show?
I don't know.
It's been released now.
Yeah, it's out. It's the episode about the BC Butcher.
It finally got nursed back to health, and you guys were able to take it out into the wild and release it.
Yep.
So that was a lot of fun.
Like a ton of fun. I encourage everybody to go listen. We were giggling like schoolgirls the whole time, talking about this trauma movie that is wild.
Was made by a 17-year-old girl who made it with money she made bussing tables, and somehow cast Kato Kaelin in it. And
I think that's pretty easy to do.
Yeah, I guess maybe. And it's a little bit of a romp. It's real silly. It's very DIY, but it's charming as hell. And Troma bought it and released it on Blu-ray.
Speaking of Kato Kaelin, and I know I've said this on the show before, but it's been years, so I just want to re-up this. When I worked at Frame USA, our boss Dan, he had photos hung up all over the office of celebrities who had signed photos, and I would pass by this one on my way to my office all the time for the first year, I think, before, and I was just like, who is that lady? Because I recognized all these other people. And then finally one day I went up and read it, and it was Kato Kaelin, and I was like, and I said, why do you have a signed Kato Kaelin picture? And I don't remember the answer. But I remember one day I brought it up in a meeting. I was like, hey, where'd you get that? And I think he thought it was funny.
It is.
But he got it signed. I can't remember if he just bought it somewhere or if he actually met Kato Kaelin.
Bought it somewhere?
So wait, this dude...
like on eBay or I don't know where.
This man who owns a company has put up signed celebrity photos, but they're not like photos with him.
No,
they're
never.
not necessarily customers. They're just signed headshots.
Yeah, they're just things he acquired. Yeah.
that he
It was
acquired.
to show off the frames. I think it's and I think the excuse is to say, see, these are our frames.
Okay, I gotcha.
But the truth is, he just wanted to show these weird things off that he'd acquired because
That's a very Michael. Yeah. Was your boss Michael Scott? Because that's a Michael Scott thing to do.
Yes. No, yes, he is. He also once dressed up with a Trump mask and did a whole bit. This was the year that like Marco Rubio and everyone was in the primaries, and it was our business plan meeting. It was a big, supposed to be serious meeting that we did every year. I had to do all kinds of research to come up with like the marketing, my marketing and web admin plan. I put together a presentation, and then at the end, he dressed up in a rubber Donald Trump mask and a MAGA hat and did a whole routine, a whole bit. He came up with a stand-up bit about all of the candidates, and it was weird. Also, at one of our previous ones, he dressed up kind of like John Lennon with fake sideburns and like a hippie. And he had me write and record a song for it.
Entrepreneurs are fucked up.
They really are. And you're just like, how did this business
Kelley,
happen?
Please tell me somebody recorded that and is out there somewhere.
The Trump thing?
Yes.
I don't think so. I think we were all just gape-mouthed. Everyone, even the people who were probably Trump supporters. Well, this was before he, like, I think that was the first time.
It's before we could believe there could be ones.
And, but all the rest of us were just, it was like The Office. We're all just like, listeners, you can't see my face, but I'm making like a gape-mouthed, kind of disbelieving, but not super interested look on my face. Like, this is crazy, but also I just want to leave.
Yeah.
Did he do like the Liverpoolian accent when he was John Lennon?
He did some kind of accent. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't right.
I didn't expect it to be.
Was it just generic British?
It was. I don't even know if it got that far. It was just. I think it was just like. I think it was like whatever he thought. I think it was just accent, and it kind of came and went throughout different things. I did appreciate, though. I sure took him for, like, I was like, I think I should go home and work on this song. And I went home and I wrote it and recorded it in like 2 hours. And then I charged them like extra, and I charged them for like 2 days worth of work on that.
Nice.
Well done.
Thanks.
Do you still have the rights to that song? You're going to put it out on your...
I still have it. We can play it sometime if you want to.
So, and also, are we at the point where we have to explain who Kato Kalin is?
Maybe. Well, they made those movies. They made those 2 OJ movies, right? Or at least one. Yeah, there was that OJ series.
Oh, yeah. There was the TV show.
Okay. He was a witness who lived.
Did he play himself in that movie?
OJ's Pool House. That'd be funny.
I doubt it.
He'd be the only one.
He probably tried to.
You're talking about bad accents. I just watched Babylon, which is a great movie, by the way.
How long is it again? 3 hours? No, thank you.
It is 3 hours long, but honestly, like, it was worth the time. It is so very good. But
and also, who directed it?
I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Nope. La La Land was awful.
Oh,
who directed
it? La La Land dude.
It's the La La Land director. It doesn't matter. This is very much like a Baz Luhrmann / Quentin Tarantino movie. Like, it's big spectacle. It's really good. Who gives a fuck who wrote
All right, so what were you going to say about it?
The point is Jane Smart's doing an English accent.
Oh.
And it's not necessarily right. I don't know.
Gene Smart?
Gene Smart from Designing Women.
Designing Women, right.
Yeah. Who's a great actor. She's in it as this gossip columnist. And her English accent, man, it just, I don't know if it was supposed to be goofy on purpose or not.
She's had a bit of a resurgence.
Oh, yeah.
She's definitely had a resurgence. Those Emmys. It's a crazy movie for her to be in, too, because there's like crazy orgies in it and lots of violence and sex throughout. It's nothing like La La Land, Andy, but if you hate the guy that much, you could, by all means, abandon watching.
Yeah, I didn't like his breakout movie. What's that drummer movie?
Oh, Whiplash. I didn't like that either.
I didn't like that either. So I just don't like him as a director, I think.
Yeah, this movie could not have been more, even though it is an LA movie like La La Land, could not have been more different than that movie. And I haven't seen Whiplash. I can't speak to that.
You can't.
But I will tell you that if you like spectacle and over-the-top drama that's kind of based in like classic Hollywood, it's fucking great.
Well.
Even Gene Smart's questionable accent, still good. But you will be like, what is that?
I can overlook an accent. I can overlook a bad accent or an accent that comes and goes.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right.
Is anybody watching anything that they want to talk about? Anything fun, cool, exciting? I feel like I've just been stuck on the same riff tracks loop.
Just Voyager.
Voyager, baby.
A lot of Voyager. And I'm going back and watching Party Down.
Oh, is that new season started yet?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think it has started, but
did it? Oh, all right. I haven't got to it yet.
Doesn't everything kind of go under the radar now? It doesn't feel like it's too much. It's too much to keep up with.
I feel like I had a better opportunity to keep up with stuff on Twitter, but now that I don't have that, it's harder to know when stuff is happening for me. I don't follow the industry news.
Ironically,
I don't get Variety.
This episode's all devoted to industry news. And
well, I wait for Kelley to do it once a month. Sometimes we skip it. That's the only time I'm going to get it.
We're like, I don't know.
Yeah. But when you get that news from me, boy, it's fresh and hot, like a Little Caesars pizza for $5.
Oh no!
And about the quality, the news that I give you is about the same quality.
It's gonna give me food poisoning too.
Yeah, lots of diarrhea.
Yeah,
and you're not sure what part of the news it was that gave you the diarrhea. Whether it's the sauce from the news, the crust, or the questionable.
It's probably everything.
Cheese. It's
like a perfect really storm,
a full-on combo. Speaking of 17 years. You're welcome. You're welcome for all of the diarrhea.
Is that why I had it the other day?
Yeah.
God
you listened to the show. That was your first mistake.
Never have.
I'm going to hide who the director of every movie is from Andy from now on.
Freddie, it's okay. So he needs to eat, Andy, and that rubbed him the wrong way, and now he's going to harp on it. But he's really just got low blood sugar.
I also hated La La Land. I'm with you on that one, man. I could not. That movie was just.
No, it's like it wasn't just La La Land. It was also Whiplash and also First Man. I watched half of that. I'm like, I'm out. Sorry.
I don't know.
Maybe
So Andy's done a little bit more research into this than you have.
And look, I totally admit I am very biased towards certain people. like fool me once, shame on you.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be ashamed again. Hi, Alise.
Hey, Alise.
Hi, Alise.
It sounds like no two of his movies are really the same to me from what you said. Isn't
Andy likes consistency?
Is First Man a space movie?
It's Ryan Gosling and it's about Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
I'm going to put this out there. I'm not a big Gosling fan. He does nothing for me artistically on screen.
Yeah.
I'm moved not at all.
Yeah, I don't have any real opinion on one way or the other.
Who was in Drive? Was that him?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that was pretty good.
So you like him?
I mean, I don't care.
All right. Would you rather?
Yeah.
Eat
Ryan Gosling.
Cockroaches.
Mm-hmm.
Eat one cockroach.
Mm-hmm.
Or
you're not going anywhere with it.
No, I'm not. I lost the thread a long time ago.
Does it involve Ryan Gosling? This either would you rather thing?
Which is our Topicana for the week. Would you rather is that we're very difficult to choose.
Yes.
Some more than others.
So Topicana, which you can find over our Patreon. One of the questions was, would you rather be itchy all the time or sticky all the time?
Split the room.
Would you rather be sticky all the time or have to watch movies by the director of La La Land exclusively?
Sticky.
Actually, like my favorite question Freddie asked the whole time was involving denim skin.
Yeah.
Well, these were stolen from Reddit. I didn't come up with
it is, but
but you did ask it.
Of the questions you asked, the fact that somebody came up with the idea of denim skin, it just tickled me.
Denim skin or it was something insane.
Freddie doesn't want Reddit to come after him.
I don't want anybody
for claiming that he came up with it.
There's a discussion about having a horizontal horizontal butt crack.
Vertical.
That to this day, this is 3 days later, I'm still like thinking about it.
Yeah, you need to sleep on it.
You gotta sleep on your horizontal butt crack.
Because the physics.
Let me sleep on it.
I don't know. It would be hard to sleep on because if you sleep on your side, you're going to split your crack open.
Yeah, that's no good. Not when you're asleep.
You sit on your side.
It made sense to me.
Your butt.
I don't know. It made sense
I don't know.
to
I
me.
don't.
It's going to be longer because it's sideways. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, it'll open up like one of those little change purses.
like elementary school.
Yeah.
Those ones you kept your school money, lunch money in.
Yes. All right. So for that and more, go to patreon.com.
Yeah, become a patron to hear the hilarity.
Yeah, and thank you for those of you who are. I did get confirmation that your merch should be going out soonish.
Yeah.
There's not a weird problem, and the first one you get is a sticker, but you're getting good stuff. You're getting the same stuff basically.
It's sticky all the time,
but different. A sticker, you get your shirt, you get your mug, and you get another tote. But it's all new designs, like it will always be every year, because I'm not lazy.
A poster from La La Land, but all the characters are played by Andy Hung.
It's all La La Land themed. Just to give you no spoilers, but it's what we did this year.
Oh, you're right. Never mind. I forgot.
It's all right. We're just doing a little improv for you guys.
Yeah.
And Andy hates it. That wasn't.
But I love the patrons, though. Thank you for supporting Dave and LaChazelle.
What's the guy's name again?
Damien LaChazelle. I think that's his name. It sounds
Damien LaChazelle.
It's a fun name. I think it sounds like it sounds fake. Honestly,
Valerie Burton.
Yeah.
Honestly, so yeah, would you guys like to hear some
I think it's
news?
Let's do that.
That's not a bad idea.
Just a minute, ladies and gentlemen. I think something is happening.
Here's a special one of your cities in the world.
The people it kills get up and kill.
Remember, human beings are their food.
All right, I'm gonna need you guys to kind of roll with me in this news segment, because I actually only have one news up, but I will get more as we go. Maybe.
Okay.
But this. So here we go. This I picked because this is relevant to something you guys just did. They are remaking Witchboard.
Witchboard.
Oh.
And guess what? Guess who's directing it? I'm going to give you two guesses.
Damien
LaChazelle.
That's not right.
That one dude, James Wan.
No, it's the person who directed Dream Warriors.
Oh yeah, I forgot their name.
Yeah, right. That's weird, right? Because that was a long ass time ago.
That's a long time ago. I'm sure they've done things in between.
It's also the best Friday at Nightmare on Elm Street, right?
It's a good one.
Well, I
my
like the
opinion.
first one best,
Yeah,
but supposedly that's one everybody likes. I've never actually seen Dream Warriors.
What's the one where Freddy Krueger goes to
camp
to L.A. and becomes a jazz musician and falls in love with Emma Stone?
Oh, he revives jazz again.
Chuck Russell.
He saves jazz.
He saves
Chuck
jazz.
Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Popcorn Frights is they're bringing you horror and stuff, and so
let me know when
the
you
horror.
want me to vamp.
Yeah, you doing this?
What? Do you
Didn't
want
they
me to
just do
vamp, or you're
Witchboard?
good?
Didn't they just do?
Here's the thing. I'm trying to find, because there's a whole bunch of stuff before we get to Witchboard that's about some event. This does say they're remaking Witchboard, right? Witchboard remake. Yeah, okay. Because all of this stuff at the front is not about that.
I see.
It's about other stuff. And it's about a collective and an event. God, it really, like, this article goes on forever.
Was it written by AI?
Like a drunk witness trying to talk to police about something that you kind of maybe saw happen.
Anyway, but didn't
I wanna
just
show
Joe
you-
Bob just do Witchboard on that drive-in?
So here's why I'm saying
Here's
all this.
vamping for you.
I want to show you. The listeners can't see this, so the you won't see it either.
I
But
can't
trust
see
me
it.
when I'm saying it. this says Witchboard remake, right? It does.
I don't
Trust me on that. But then you get down here, and I don't see dick about it. It's like they put the wrong article with this headline.
Well, here's the news. There's, as far as IMDb is concerned, it's in pre-production. No one involved is listed.
Yeah.
So I don't know how reliable.
Well, no, here we go.
article you're
Witchboard
looking at is.
remake adds Jumanji, Only Murders in the Building, and Ozark stars.
Yeah.
Announced earlier this year was a reboot of the 1986 film Witchboard.
Witchboard.
Witchboard. They're going to add some people in there. Jamie Campbell Bower, who played Vecna on season 4 of Stranger Things, which I have not seen yet. It's currently in production, but it does not have a release date. The new film explores a recovering drug addict, her fiance, and a group of their friends opening an organic cafe, refurbishing an old carriage house in New Orleans' French Quarter. A darkness descends over Emily when she discovers an ancient pendulum board once used some spirits.
Pendulum board? That's hardly keeping with the spirit of the original.
We'll tell you.
We had a planchette, remember?
Yeah, I had a planchette.
This.
Unless
that was important.
They get a dude that can fully embody the twerpiness of the main dude from Witchboard 1986.
You thought he was
I don't want to see it. The
Julian Sands?
No.
No, Witchboard didn't have Julian Sands in it.
No.
He wasn't in Witchboard?
No, you're thinking of Warlock.
Warlock.
Witchboard's the one
That's
with Tommy
right.
Katane and the Ouija board.
Yeah.
No, like
I got those mixed up.
And Amy thinks that.
Oh, did they ever find? Did they ever find him?
No.
Wasn't
No.
Julian Sands lost in the?
Yeah.
He's
Oh, that's so
still
sad.
missing, yeah.
That's sad.
Todd Allen, who
not her boyfriend, the other dude.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
The dude who brought the fucking Ouija board to the party.
Stephen Nichols, who's famous for being on Days of Our Lives.
He is such a he embodies twerp
I'm with you now.
and like fuckhead.
David Spade.
He's awful.
He's too old.
But like that was the point, I think. I'm not saying the actor is bad. I'm saying the character. And unless you can bring me that level of smug, that level of douche,
The smugginess.
I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't want it. Because he walks in there with his Ouija board like, and I'm a fucking expert. And he talks and he mansplains forever. And he's the nerdiest dork, but he thinks he is hot fucking shit.
Yeah.
He thinks he's James Spader. You ain't James Spader.
A nerdy dork.
Yeah.
What about Dorky Nord?
Well, a
Dorky Nord?
A Dorky Nord is something
it's Dorky
Norwegian,
Nord.
and I don't know. Anyway, I do love that movie. I fell asleep near the end, but that's just
That's how much you loved. You loved it so much you fell asleep.
You've seen it before, right?
A million years ago, yeah.
It was a great movie.
I say go for it. It's campy. That movie is campy.
Witchboard. Ooh, whip. All right, cool. Well, guess what? There's a new Dr. Jekyll movie. Guess who's in it?
Johnny Depp. I don't know why I assumed.
Eddie Izzard. Also, guess what? It's a Hammer movie, a modern Hammer movie.
It felt like they just kind of stopped for a while. Like,
Yeah,
they're cranking one out a year when they started, right?
Well, yeah, they came back.
Yep.
From the 60s. Like, they came back now. And they're like, we're doing it again. I remember we talked about it probably 10 years ago. And we'll get to the origins eventually. And yeah. And then, like, I think they put out one or two things. And then, if anything, I don't even remember if they did. Well, anyway, Jekyll.
Yeah, they put out The Resident and Wakewood, I think.
Wakewood.
Oh, Wakewood. I actually liked that movie. I reviewed that for Straight to Video Rush. It was quite good. I mean, it wasn't amazing, but it was good. So Jekyll is coming out, and it's directed by Joe Stevenson. You know what I mean? And
What do I?
according to that director, Joe Stevenson, who you know and I know, he said there have been over 100 cinematic adaptations of Stevenson's novella, but there has never been a trans Dr. Jekyll. There seems to be some assumptions that because Nina is a trans character, we are somehow going to make it about gender. That is not the case, but the themes of our film are true to the original work. I don't know.
They're like, please don't shoot copies of our movie, Kid Rock, is what I'm hearing.
He's like, I'm done with Jekyll. I'm done with Jekyll and Hyde. Y'all broke my heart.
To bring it back to Cincinnati, Dylan Mulvaney is from went to college at UC.
Fuck yeah, UC. That's where I went to school.
So Cincinnati, baby.
Wait, who's Dylan Mulvaney again?
She's the trans.
The Bud Light sponsor.
Yes.
No,
or
she would just received this opportunity.
I can't.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That was the Bud Light sponsorship thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I just forgot the name.
So Eddie Izzard, he's going to star as Dr. Nina Jekyll in the Hammer Studios. Be Good, and that's the letter B and the word good, not Johnny B. Good. There's no E at the end of good. It's just Be Good Pictures. And it's a modern interpretation of the Robert Louis Stevenson classic, which there are themes that people have found that may be related to the idea of being closeted in like Victorian area. Well, I guess it wasn't Victorian if you were in France, but with that time period, wherever you were. And anyway, Dr. Jekyll, the movie, focuses on a reclusive Nina Jekyll. It's me, Nina Jekyll. Finding friendship with her newly hired help, Rob, which is played by Scotty Chambers. I don't know who Scott Chambers is. And they have to work together to prevent Hyde from destroying her life. Good for Eddie Izzard. Love that. Love her.
Long been one of my favorite comedians.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if her is the pronoun
that
Eddie Izzard is using now. I haven't read or asked.
It's hard. Yeah.
Well, it's okay. I don't know if she's a they or a she, but however,
she is the preferred. But I would double check with her.
The IMDb says her.
Okay, good. Well, there you go. So I'm
a fucking donut. It's like so much of that special lives in my head at all times.
Fucking donut. Yeah. So, that's happening, and then some other things are happening. Oh, right. So this is kind of cool. So Marvel's making the new Blade movie.
Yeah.
To go into the MCU, and guess. I don't know why I'm making you guys guess all these things.
Here's the thing, Kelley. There's a lot of actors out there.
Well, this isn't an actor. Oh no.
And what are the odds that we're going to guess this correctly?
This is even harder. This is the challenge I present to you, and I'm tallying the points.
There already
and you guys,
is a Blade. It's Mahershala Ali.
But guess who they've added? I'm not really going to make you guess. It's Pizzolatto from True Detective.
Oh,
is going to be writing the writing. Marvel Studios vampire thriller, as they call it, Blade, is getting people together from True Detective season 1, or at least the series. I don't know. Don't you love the way I do the news? It's like at the end of it, you're like, "What did you say?"
It's almost like you take information out of my brain.
Yeah.
You move it all around, then you put it back, but it's not in the same order.
So Blade right now, Blade has a script that was written by someone called Michael Starbury, who is an Emmy winner for writing one episode of When They See Us, whatever that is.
It would be easier just to read the article.
So Pizzolatto, who has a first name, but I keep not seeing it in the article.
Nick.
Thank you. Is kind of taking that draft. So apparently what I'm getting from the subtext of this article is they got the draft.
You got to read between the lines.
From the first person, that other person I mentioned who won an Emmy, and they got it. And they were like, good work. A for effort. And then they're like, Can you get can I get somebody else to take this over? And so that's what's happening. They just keep calling Nick Pizzolatto.
Andy, your fave is
like they don't know his
it.
first name either.
Who is it?
Mia Goth.
Tom Cruise? No. Oh, I love her. Yeah.
Mia Goth's in it. Oh yeah, there's another X movie coming out too.
Yeah, they just released a still of her with Maxine. I think that's what it's called.
Maxine, yeah.
Still got to see Pearl.
Well, I haven't seen any of them, but you know,
it's gonna be a classic trilogy. I mean, I feel Pearl and X are modern day classics, building up to be at least.
Yeah, I'm psyched to watch them all. So anyway, that's it's been a rocky road, they say, for the Blade reimagining, probably to say the least. Hopefully we still it still is cool. Sometimes when there's rocky roads, everybody's just covered in ice cream and it doesn't work out in anyone's
That's
favor.
delicious.
Then you're just sticky. Better than itchy, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, one more.
Okay. I'll allow it.
And I'm choosing this one because of one part of the news on this. So there's sorry, I hate. Let me tell you something. I won't name the news source I get this from, but y'all need to fucking
sources, no matter how hard you press him.
Sort your life out, you motherfuckers. Things just disappear. If you're just looking at it too long and you don't move the thing up and down, it's just like, oh, well, this is an opportunity to throw more ads at you and take you off of the page.
I feel like
How dare
you get your news from like one of those bags of refrigerator magnets with words on them.
I do.
Here's the thing. It's funny that Kelley's mad at the news source.
Oh my God.
Because he's not prepared.
Well, he's prepared-ish.
All right.
He knows where to go.
I'm going to tell you. Well, this is the fun of it. It's no fun for me if I have it ready. And
but don't get mad at the news source for
it's terribly written, and their website is garbage. But you know how you told me to do the reader thing earlier?
Mm-hmm.
So I just did that for this one, and that same art. It's the headline I clicked on, but it takes me back to the Popcorn Frights article that I was so confused by initially.
Yeah.
So it's
sometimes
how about you just read?
On you,
just read the headline. I think we can suss out what the news is.
Just make it up from there.
We'll make up the rest of the story.
All right. So Lulu Wilson is a teenage Nazi slayer in the Wrath of Becky. Is also starring in. Okay, well that is a person, Lulu Wilson.
Oh, okay.
The Wrath of Becky is the movie.
So, but that's not the movie we're talking about.
Starring Lulu Wilson.
Wait.
Lulu Wilson is in another movie.
What?
And that's the one we're talking about, and it's called Xeno, Xeno.
All of us are in mostly complete possession of our faculties right now.
I'm stone cold sober right now.
No idea.
I'm stone cold sober right now. That's why, like, if I was high, I'd probably be very smooth. Oh, so Omari Hardwick, who is in something called Power, Trey Romano,
everybody loves Traymond,
is from Stargirl. They are on board in this movie that is it's about a teenage girl who is befriended by a scary alien creature, extraterrestrial, I like to say,
like Lilo and Stitch.
that crash lands in the desert, and as the government agents close in, E.T. also, and Lilo and Stitch, I think, the girl protects the dangerous creature while also dealing with her depressed mother and her abusive boyfriend.
Jesus.
And Kevin Hart's in this movie, Brian Smiley, Luke Kelley, Klein. Oh no, they're producing it. Anyway, the part that I thought was interesting was that the Henson Company will be doing the creature design.
Oh, okay. That sounds
which
fun.
is always that's enough to get me to at least watch the trailer.
The rest of it sounds like a bummer a little bit. Like some of that stuff is just kind of like Kevin Hart. Just makes me depressed.
Oh.
So that's your news, and I hope you're paying attention.
I did hear some news.
Oh.
If I could do an addendum.
You want to ad lib?
if I got to ad lib, Beetlejuice 2.
Now, are you sure?
Well, it was announced at a panel, a Warner Brothers CinemaCon 2023 panel recently.
Is it still Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian?
The studio confirmed that Beetlejuice 2 is officially in development.
That was real, Kelley?
Yeah. Well, that was the room. That was the original idea for the sequel, and it has been off and on talked about since the original. But anyway, please continue.
It was confirmed that Tim Burton will direct. And there are rumors that Jenna Ortega is involved.
She's listed on the IMDb page.
Yeah.
And Michael Keaton's listed as Beetlejuice.
Yeah. I'm sure Winona Ryder will come back.
Ooh, let's see if Alec Baldwin signs on.
Let's hope.
Do we want him to?
The early.
That was a joke. I didn't
see anything with him anymore. I'm really disgusted by him.
What'd he do?
I want everybody on that set to be okay so I don't want him cast.
What did Alec Baldwin do?
Yeah.
Yeah, he killed that lady.
Oh, right, the lady with the gun. Right. Sorry, that's been so long. I thought he did something else.
No.
I thought you were saying like,
His
he did
wife
something.
is a nightmare. She's an interesting liar. There's that.
They were you saying you heard they were releasing?
I'm
Rust, right?
Hilaria.
They're finishing it.
Yeah, he's going back to finish the movie.
Yeah.
I think that's weird, but none of this is my concern.
It is weird, but they did it with.
Is not my concern.
They did it with The Crow.
Yeah.
And we all love The Crow.
Yeah. I guess he just rubs me the wrong way now. I don't know why.
I get you.
Because he shot someone.
Mm-hmm. I know he didn't mean to. I'm not saying he's a murderer.
Yeah. We can go on.
I don't know why I'm talking about this so passionately.
No, you don't like the guy. You don't like him. That's all right.
But
I think you mostly have opinions on his wife, who is weird.
Hilaria. You are
Hillary.
Hillary.
It doesn't feel like he's handled the
Your
fallout
name
super
is
well.
Hillary. Anyway, you're not Spanish.
Wouldn't it be funny if her middle initial was S? Hilarious. Baldwin.
Andy, I'm so shocked that didn't come out of your mouth, Kelley. That was ridiculous.
I've been bringing dad.
That's true. You got
dad vibes. Hard dad, little hard dad, which is an episode of Bob's Burgers, and it's a great one. I've encouraged everyone to see
Hard dad
it.
is
Little hard dad.
Little hard dad.
Yeah.
That's not
great episode.
Sounds.
But it's not sexy.
Wait a minute now. This is a real Bob's Burgers.
This is a real Bob's Burgers episode. Yeah.
Little hard dad.
Yeah, it's like a sort of a play on something else.
So don't worry.
It's when he gets it's when he has the helicopter fight with the guy that sells the model helicopters.
I know I've seen it. It's not ringing a bell.
It's a great one, as they all are.
You know.
So Beetlejuice 2. I mean, if Tim Burton's doing it, then I'm sure it'll be good.
It'll be passable, at least. Maybe. It might be awful. I don't know.
I guess you're right.
I won't know.
Harry Belafonte just died too.
Oh.
But, the classic songs from Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
At the tender age of 96.
Yeah. And he was a big activist too. So rest in peace, Harry Belafonte.
Indeed.
He was a cool guy.
He was a barrier breaking actor back in the day.
Fuck yeah. I have never, but every time I think of Harry Belafonte, I think Beetlejuice is first. Second is White Man's Burden. That is not my fault.
That movie's so bad.
I didn't make it. It's a ridiculous movie. I've not seen it.
Wait, you never seen the movie?
I'm not going to watch that.
Oh, you should watch it.
I can't cringe till I die for a
fun.
movie.
It's fun. It's bad. It's fun bad because
I can't
it's so misguided.
Jam my hands into my eyes so hard it pierces my blood-brain barrier.
I don't want that.
I don't
want you to do that.
I say we watch that and Tiptoes double feature.
Oh, what's that movie that
what if they did a riff
about
tracks for it?
Kids?
Yeah.
Huh?
What if they did a riff tracks for White Man's Burden? Would you watch it then?
I'm looking
Yes, I would. I would also hope they, as three white men, would not touch that. But you never know.
What if they did a riff tracks for the movie Rust? Would you do that?
No. Would you?
Yes.
Well,
because I'm hey, you're the one. You guys are the ones that listen to true crime all the time.
Oh, Andy, there's a difference, and you know it.
Not really.
Well, I have the Keith Morrison cushion that keeps me away from the bad things.
It sounded like you had a man pillow in the shape of Keith Morrison.
I wouldn't not. If every time you squeezed it, it went.
Oh, OMG.
Keith Morrison body pillow.
That'd be pretty great, and I bet you can get one.
Yeah,
you can almost definitely. There's a whole.
Yeah.
There are 25 different Keith Morrison shops online,
on Etsy,
and they're all weird
now.
and scammy. It's not even the Etsy ones. It's less legitimate even than that. You know, the weird things where like you type in a thing you want from pop culture and you know it doesn't exist, and then there's like 20 shops that sell 20 versions of that.
Oh yeah.
And they all have weird names like Dead Zing Spider dot NZ dot FMY. Just weird shit. And you're like, I don't know if I should buy from this, but you do. And it does eventually arrive.
Right.
But you have to change your debit card.
Yeah.
Well, was it cheap? Was it worth it?
And that's all you have to ask yourself. And if you can answer yes to both of those questions, there you go. So that's all the news that I have.
Well, that's lovely. At the end of every show, we always say hi to our Beelzebubs. I
think I learned something from your news, Kelley.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to read these?
I got a little tickle, and I want you to take care of it.
Frog in your throat. Okay.
I remember Blade. That's all I remember.
Yeah, you got Blade. Eddie Izzard's in a thing.
Eddie Izzard's going to be Dr. Jekyll.
Ali.
Alise.
Yeah, I love you.
Thank you so much for your support and your friendship.
Oh, those fucking lemon squares, you bitch.
Oh, yeah, I got to eat
Thank you for your support of me and my life.
Alyssa. Branan and Emily. Jeff L. Iona Goodwin.
I own a great one.
Dr. Brian. And Mr.
Agent Dr. Brian.
Page Dr. Brian. I need my script pad, Billy C. Jerk bitch boat.
No, he's Bill's a poppin'. I just haven't fixed
Bill's
it
a poppin'
on my list yet.
Bill Farner.
Bill's a poopin'.
Of the New York Bill Farners.
Would it be crazy if right then Bill was pooping
He's like,
when you said
guys
that?
blow my mind.
Bill, if
He'd be
that
like, are you
happened,
watching
let me
me?
know.
Damn.
Frosted Blakes.
Yep.
They're great. Blayne.
The only kind of flakes that you can eat, really.
You don't like plain old cornflakes?
No. I don't even understand it.
I enjoy a cornflake. I used to love Wheaties.
Okay.
Blayne yogurt.
This is why you read the names, Amy.
Jordache jeans. Paul.
Paul.
Jeremy and Cassie. Gamora. What a cute
baby.
She's a cute baby.
They're all cute babies.
You're all cute babies. Ernie.
That was Buffalo Bill took over for a second.
Dave Siebert. And Monica, thank you guys so much for your support. We couldn't do it without
thank y'all.
Wait. Dustin.
Oh, word.
Did I miss Dustin?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dustin. Dustin and Ace.
Mm-hmm.
And the Pussycats.
Whoa.
Dustin, Ace, and the Pussycats.
They took over for Josie.
Oh.
Josie's on vacation far away.
How'd we do,
So
Andy?
thank you, everybody, for 17 years.
Yeah, man. Thanks for hanging. A lot
17.
of you have been with us. I mean, really, that's all that's left with us, really, is people who've been here.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing Scream Kings kicking off next week, by the way.
Oh, that's right. Kings of Scream.
Is for the boys. Scream Kings.
Playing with the boys.
Yes, because we figured that men don't get enough attention, so we're going to dedicate a month to them.
We need to give them.
Is May Women's Month, though?
We need to be fair to men.
Is it?
That's a joke, by the way.
We're good at doing the wrong thing.
It doesn't matter. We're gonna start with Pin.
Right.
Yeah,
Terry
boy.
O'Quinn, baby. He's a Scream King.
Terry O'Quinn. He stars in Pin.
Get it?
Bye.
Bye.
Face put on Dawn of the Dead, and Igor made the nachos in a severed human head, and streets of London.